Alright, while we're here, let's go ahead and check the mainframe.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard. Behind the hatch sits a cube. The speaker.
Good morning. Please repeat. Is this the product? Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife? Death.
Good. I've unlocked the production schedule. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Really? She just used the same password? Maybe those radio computer guys aren't that paranoid after all.
The lieutenant's disappointed.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
That's all for now.
Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still with a quiet determination. The printer starts printing, a piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. A black crisscross of letters covers its surface.
Read the printout.
It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about Whirl Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Accident. The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule.
Read about capital, I want to know about money. Read about the workforce, who worked there, how long. Game through the production schedule, whatever it is. Tear off the printout and throw it away. Well, no point doing that. Let's find out about the money.
In its short time of existence, Fortress Accident SCA managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000 Ria, but then came the delays. Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 Ria, with only half of the game finished.
400,000 Ria? You're my yo. These guys knew how to party.
You're my yo. Gosh, where did they get all this money?
Let's just say it was a real adventure for their Igaunian investor.
Read about the workforce.
Fortress Accident employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers, a CEO, 2 marketing experts, and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Pyrrolidon in the basement to escape his obligations.
But on the other hand, their obligations were piling up at an inhumane rate, a rate that could only be amended by Pyrrolidon. Why did Fortress Accident have so many concept artists?
Wait, why did a radio game need so many artists?
It didn't.
It didn't need so many concept artists?
No, definitely not. A few more producers could have come in handy though, especially when dealing with writers, some of whom routinely skipped work because of mental health issues and extremely unprofessional sleep schedules. One of them even managed to steal some valuable company property before skipping town for good.
Yeah. Skim through the production schedule.
The production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy.
Because of the concept artists?
Not the concept artists. It wasn't even the writers. With their panic attacks and 3-hour lunches, it was impossible not to fail. The project was too large, and no amount of money could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development team. They tried to make a 4 million Rial game with 400,000 in their bank account. They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower and imagination.
How naive.
They couldn't.
I could have bridged the gap. Oh, so they were done in by their own ambition. Yeah, they kind of were.
No. Even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never entirely disappeared. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads.
The what?
At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jimsk-born Suliswav Jalisa, decided that what Whirl Untethered needed was a secret mystical location at the extreme edge of the map. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor.
That sounds extremely expensive, so how would that have helped? This is some insane shit. Who were these people? How many heads were there? I kind of want to know who were these people, but... Yeah, who were these people?
The world had never seen their kind before, and might never again.
How many heads were there?
So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined.
How many combinations could you make out of that?
Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here, but it may take a while.
Yeah, how bad could it be? Okay. Keep going. Oh, is this going to burn out the mainframe?
The lieutenant taps his foot impatiently, his arms folded tight against his chest. He's dying for a cigarette. Come to think of it, you are too.
Yeah, I mean, this number is kind of meaningless, but I'm going to see how far it goes. The number will stop eventually.
What if you broke the radio computer? What if it's never going to stop?
Just let the numbers wash over you. Aha! And that's it. Okay, so that's what did them in.
Well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data loss.
The what now? This must be the anomaly sooner mentioned in the church log. The what now?
On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end, where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness, before the Egonian investors pulled the plug.
Yeah, it's just a circumstance of people expecting a return on their investment.
What is clear is that one day, an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian Lintel front, just as the Wirral Untethered project was being compiled that day.
And the anomaly caused all the data to get lost in the air.
When the project was returned, it was completely blank. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss.
What? They lost the whole game and wouldn't even pay for it? Wasn't there a copy of the game, a backup? Yeah, wasn't there a backup?
Mysteriously enough, it seems that the off-site copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic data loss occurred.
Convenient.
It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the off-site copy and, well, keep it off-site. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has been attached.
What does it say?
S. Lukanen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off-site anymore. Not for me, not after 8 months of crunch.
I'm not sure I agree with that. There is always a location that is where the game is being developed, so let's say an office, and then there is not that location. So what he's saying is that they were stuck at the office, so they couldn't go off-site. But that doesn't mean there wasn't an off-site. There could have been an off-site. He just didn't do it.
I didn't have a home anymore, so I started keeping it in the basement in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal.
I mean, if you want to make sure something doesn't overheat or anything like that, then yeah, keeping it in a refrigerator is... But that gives us a reason to go back there then. It's not very convincing, is it?
Her former colleagues would agree with you.
Didn't have a home. Alright, is there anything else from the lead programmer?
The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later.
Read the notes at the end.
4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under, too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right, though. Something's seriously wrong with this place. Martinez, all of it. Still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location. I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. I am going there to look this thing in the eye.
Is that the address of the church? 800 meters sounds like it's not that far. Well, 800 meters, almost a kilometer. I guess it could be.
Saint-Brun 1147? That's what the street sign next to the church said.
Okay. Tear off the print and throw it away.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Okay, so let's go back towards... Oh, hang on. Whoa. Kim's got something to say.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
It's obvious this is what remains of Suna's radio game studio Fortress accident. Someone tried to exorcise the curse using technology. Looks like an undercover counterintelligence program. It's just a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they making? No time, let's move. I mean, yeah, it's the remains of the radio game studio.
Yes, I got that. What I meant was, what were they trying to achieve with this damn game?
I mean, what does anyone try to achieve with a game? Is to make a product that people enjoy and buy.
What were their ambitions? Because this here looks rather advanced.
This is way above your tiny little policeman head.
Aww, conceptualization. Oh well. I didn't know that was going to be a check for a legendary thing, but oh well. I don't know, I'm not an artist.
Okay, well, I think...
The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hand.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
Again, this is interesting because it has nothing to do with the murder, but this is a side quest that Kim is being invested in.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games, only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
How are they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
More than a little.
Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interinsulary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just have a spare 4 million real lying around. Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
The lieutenant tilts his head, thinking. They were insane if they thought they could do this. It was just a play to cheat money out of their investors' pockets. The curse got them, I see no other explanation. The world is cold and lonely, this would keep it company, let's finish it. Do we have any money? Let's give them more money so they can finish it and make it even bigger. Alright, well, clearly, we don't have money to make them finish it. Like, it's just so ambitious, it's not going to happen. The world is cold and lonely, this would keep it company, let's finish it. Can we finish it? I don't think it's possible. The curse got them, I got no other explanation. Of course, there's no curse. It was a play to cheat money out of their investors' pockets. No, I can imagine that people that want to make a game want to make a game. They're not trying to steal money, because there are easier ways of doing that. They were insane if they thought they could do this. Yeah, untethered from reality. I'm leaning between 1 and 4. I think I'm gonna go with 1. They were insane.
Yes, especially in here.
The lieutenant looks around the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor in front of your feet.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Alright. Okay, so again, we're gonna check the ice bear fridge just cause there might be some clues as to keeping the filament inside it.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. What?
No?
Good question.
Somewhere in the past, it's summer. 5-year-old Fifette lets go of her mother's hand, change jingling in her pockets as she hops towards the ice cream stand right across the plaza.
The thing with this game that I didn't realize until just now is when you go through dialogue trees, there are, of course, invisible checks. Now, I already had a check for the ice bear fridge, which is why the lieutenant is reaching for the wrapper and studying in the light. But because I'm wearing stuff that gives me extra shivers points, that's why the challenging shivers check has been passed this time. We can shake from the sudden cold sensation.
As she makes her way to the market stall, the girl starts crying. A ferocious ice bear is guarding the fridge, its paws raised to ward off any potential customers. Her mother rushes to soothe her, but Fifette doesn't want ice cream anymore. She just wants to go home. The ice bear stares at them as they leave the plaza. A gust of wind flies one of the wrappers right past the sobbing girl.
So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper carnival?
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day. The electricity bill must be catastrophic. On the other hand, it did help us with a certain corpse situation.
Indeed. Refrigerated meat is much better for coroner's work.
Alright, so nothing there. I don't think there's anything here in the
A
furnace.
thick layer of coal dust.
Nope. We do have the thought that gives us... Well, we haven't internalized it, but we can internalize the thought that heals us if we try and kick things, hit them. But, yeah. Can't do that yet.
This orange machine.
Again, I don't have a pry bar, and the pry bar I have is not strong enough, so we'll just leave for now. Alright, let's move on. I will go to the bookstore to try and pass time a little bit, because I do want to see if I can get the number from the armor yet, but we'll see.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you math? Oh,
No,
I thought this would
nothing.
fit
Ooh.
you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does.
He gave me the hat back. Wait, back? Where did you get it?
Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there.
It's a fedora?
Maybe. It's the hat Dick Mullen wears all the time. He'll look way more serious with that. Right, I have to get back to my homework now, before Mum notices. Man, this is hard.
Okay, bye. See you around, Annette. Hey, we got the hat back. Cool. Right, yes. I mean, I'm still showing off strange noodle arms, but let's swap some stuff around. What did I have on before? It was the Fuck the World jacket. And I think everything else is good. Oh, we want the eye Teratorn tie. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Here we go. I like this. I like having the hat back. Okay, placements, anything new?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. Okay, but
Chris.
please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits.
What about the wards on the back door? Are these Semines as well?
Yes, the Simonees are very crafty, and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards simply won't do here.
Alright, never
The
mind.
woman looks aloof, her features much softer.
Alright, let's check what we've got here again, because I know I can buy some things here, but I don't know how much
A
they
small
cost.
mountain of colourful board game boxes. There are
Well, so I
numerous
need
types of game.
37 at least. Ugh, that's a lot.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall, somewhere.
Wow, more Heimdall.
Mountains of it. Heroic quantities of Heimdall. Roy's puny shirt is nothing compared to the real deal.
Look through the display of books.
Rows and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man.
Good God, how many are there?
Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs.
They couldn't have found a shorter way of describing Man from Heimdall?
Those snow crabs are worse than they sound.
Is that all?
Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning. There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat gamebook set in the world of Heimdallaman, and so much more.
Alright. Pain Threshold 5. Do any of the books call to me? I'm a Heimdalla fan. That is quite high, so let's try it.
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
Ugh, what is it?
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular Man from Heimdall in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. Between the throne and the Heimdallaman lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman.
Aren't all women devil women? Or interesting? Well, I don't want to say this because it's quite clearly not true. And it's gonna go down a road that I don't want to go down, so let's just say interesting.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heimdall novels.
Alright, so we can buy the Devil Woman book. So another 9 real for that as well. What else is... I guess there's a few more bookcases we can check. So I need, what, 46? Ooh, what we got? No sane person would ever put their head into such a machine. No, looks like Guillaume Le Million, that hair poster.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective, Dick Mullen.
Alright, so 54 real. Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic.
Shelves full of bio, browsing through all suddenly.
Anything else?
High speed next to Earth, next to that.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you.
Yeah, nothing new. Maps?
Several maps. The maps look old and faded.
We've already gone
I'm
through
sorry,
these, I
they're
think.
quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
You seem to underestimate resources, but sure, okay.
Yes, yes. Are you interested or not?
Well, I already bought that one, so... That... And then...
This bookstore is not strictly about
Look through
amidst
the
the
shelf.
these three things. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give
how does
its
that
search
work?
wholeness. When it's up, it's your own fault if you're ill. Got it? Various parametric.
Interesting. What books are
I can't have
these?
you end up...
No. Okay. So, I need basically 55 real to buy everything, and... I don't know whether I do want to sell anything that I have. Like, 55 real is a lot, and I don't have... I mean, the speakers is close, but... Sell them for cash. I mean, I could do, obviously. And I probably will do, but I'm going to save it for later.